Roll call.
Good evening and welcome to the Petaluma Community Access Board of Directors meeting for Tuesday, August 20th, 2019. Could the secretary please call the roll?
I can. Cindy Thomas.
Present.
Vice Chair Dominica Giovannini.
Here.
Judy Kirshner, Secretary, present. Rhonda Black, member. Okay. Tim Williamson, not here.
Tim is out ill.
Randy Stewart.
Randy is out ill.
And let's see. Am I missing somebody? Because I have a very short list here.
That's it.
That's it. Yikes. Okay.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Good. And this is so
Okay.
simple.
That being said, we're open for public comment. Does anybody want to speak at open or public comment?
Not at this time.
Seeing none, we will move on to the Board of Directors comments and announcements, if there are any.
Not for me.
No.
Okay.
I would just like to announce that the Wi-Fi, in fact, does not work in this building.
Should I take that as a no?
I know who to contact.
I think I should also announce that our executive director is not present because we received a letter of resignation from him yesterday, effective immediately. So that's why the small audience today.
Okay.
All right, so if that's it, let's go to the agenda approval. Anyone have any modifications to the agenda that we need to make?
Yes, we need to. Sorry, I cannot bring it up because I can't have internet to work. So I don't know the actual item.
I think we are going to delete items 10A and B, is that correct?
Continue them to next time.
We are tabling items 10A and 10B, which are the revisions that have been made. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
B and C.
I'm sorry, 10B and 10C, which are the programmer handbook and the employee handbook, where we have made revisions but aren't yet ready to share with you, so
So we're tabling it.
we are
Not
tabling
deleting. Okay.
10B, 10C,
And 11A, because it's probably best to wait until Tim
and
is
Tim
here.
is absent, so under new business, 11A will be tabled.
10A as well, or no? Not 10A.
No.
Just 10B and C.
Did I say 10 again? I
No,
meant
no,
11.
no.
Well, you said 11A.
10 B and C, and you
10B
said
and C
11A.
and 11A.
Okay,
got it.
before you had said 10A and B,
Yeah.
so I just
Sorry.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
It's okay, 10A, 10B, and 11A.
And Dominica, I think we need to table 10B.
Yes, we need to table 10B.
I think we should table 10C.
10B, 10C, yes.
And I still don't
I'll
have
leave D on.
a copy of the budget.
I brought them, so
Wonderful, thank you.
at the 11th hour I did acquire something.
Wonderful, thank
I
you.
want to leave D.
You definitely need to leave.
Yes, no. 11G needs to be tabled. That was Randy's item.
And H.
And H was also Randy's item, so we will table that.
Yeah.
And 10F,
Yeah.
10F we're gonna table. Okay, so this is what it looks like.
Will you get a recap, please?
We are tabling under old business items 10B, like boy, C, and F. And under new business, items 11A, B, C, G, and H. Everybody good?
10 B, C, and F, 11 A, B, C, G.
10 B, C, and F,
Mhm.
11 A, B, C, G,
and
H. Yeah.
I thought you had said F there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did too. Yeah.
Okay.
Given
It's not
those
10.
modifications, is there a motion to approve? If there's no other,
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
okay,
Second.
okay. Anyone opposed?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll give you first and second.
Okay. Last
Now we're in business.
Saturday, I sent out the agenda and the minutes of the July 16th, 2019 meeting. Do we have any modifications, corrections?
I looked it over, I had none.
If there are none, we need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve minutes from
July 16th. Is there a second?
Second.
Anyone opposed to approving those? Okay. Okay, treasurer's report for July 19th.
Do we have one?
I don't
It's not
think,
here.
I went to print the financials that, I saw Nellie sent on Saturday an email that said,
They were attached.
here's the
but they weren't
financials, they weren't attached, right? Okay, I didn't, and I did send her another request to resend those, so, given we're kind of early into the,
So what I have, and I do have something, but it just isn't, it doesn't have payroll in it, and it doesn't have.
oh, that's the budget.
The budget.
Right, that's
Different?
another agenda
Okay.
item. This is just the financials that give us the profit and loss statement and,
No.
yeah, all the ledger stuff, which I don't, if you guys haven't seen them, let me see if I got them yet.
You don't have an extra agenda, do you, by chance?
I don't.
I
Can you share
printed
with
out.
me?
Thank you, I didn't. I'm not really here yet. Sorry.
Came from Nellie, maybe? I finally have
Nellie,
something.
she did send them about 15 minutes ago, but
Oh,
My brain's
Um,
still there.
let's see if she sent them to everybody. No, she did not. No, she did not, so what I will do right now is I will forward them to you and you can look at them and we'll just take no action this month and next month we'll be back on course, is that okay?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Oh,
So
no
no
action.
Good, so let me just take a moment to do that right now so I don't forget.
You have no HMA.
One, two, Rhonda, that's what I'm missing. Rhonda, I have so many emails for you. Which one is the good one, maringeneral.org or My Marin Health? Which is the better one?
My Marin Health is my newest one. We just had all of
But it
our
forwards to your other one, okay.
logos changed, yeah.
Just in case I fall off the cabbage truck or something. Okay, so I've sent those to you. No action on the treasurer's report. For the executive director's report, I have notes that Dawn sent to me last week. We received a check for $83.71 from Petaluma Coffee and Tea for the 10% back on KPCA blend coffee. So they've sold $83 worth of PCA coffee.
And this is the Petaluma Coffee Company?
Petaluma Coffee and Tea.
Petaluma Coffee.
And you knew that they had a blend named after KPCA
Yeah.
that gives us 10% back, so.
It was 83 and change, or?
Oh wait, if we received 83, then that means they sold
$830.
$830 worth of KPCA blend coffee.
Very nice.
That's pretty interesting, huh?
Mhm.
I'll have to go order some.
I can't imagine Dana's buying all that himself. He's the one that set that up. Okay, we're now successfully allowing car, boat, RV, motorcycle donations to come in via our website. And I don't know if Don shared that email with everybody, but did he?
Yeah.
Okay. The Lagunitas event on Thursday, August 15th had no financial return for us, strictly promotion.
Say
Wait,
once more
can
what?
you say more?
Oh, that was the one that that just happened. The
Okay,
punk rock
all right,
thing, I
that was Beats
Okay.
Before Midnight, or
Got
Beats
it.
Before
Oh.
Bed.
Yeah,
Beats Before Bed. I
Beats
did go.
before bedtime.
Yeah, I did go, and it was good. It was
Yeah.
a great. It was
Good.
great. You weren't there. You were.
I
gone.
was not, I wanted to be there.
I've been
but-
in
Yeah.
one of them before.
It was
Yeah.
good. There were a lot of KPCA programmers there, so.
Oh, good,
it
and so what was the deal with that? You was
It
more
just
for promo, not
said there
a
was no
money-making.
financial return, just strictly promotion, so I saw the banner and that was it. Okay, KPCA successfully passed the annual yearly test of the emergency broadcast system on Wednesday, August 7th. Last week, Rob told me that we were granted 24/7 broadcast privileges from the FCC.
Cool.
Dawn attended and filmed the PG&E power shutdown presentation on Monday, August 12th at the Petaluma Hotel. In working with Rob, Jeff, and Tim, KPCA will have access to a generator that will power the station in the event of a rolling blackout. The community can tune in on terrestrial radio for updates in the event of a blackout. So that's good. Social media numbers continue to grow. There's 385 KPCA members, 914 for PCA, and 318 on Instagram. And we've been making an effort to utilize more Instagram stories to market the station. And I do recall seeing Patty,
Take a look at that.
I'll do that, thank you. I do recall seeing Patty while I was doing my talk show on a Friday, video taping through the window, my show. And I don't know if it was with you or not, I think it was. You wouldn't have seen because your back was to the window, so. Okay, and so that's the executive director's report. Any comments?
No.
Nothing on the consent calendar. Reports of committees, the executive committee met. I don't have the minutes yet, but I have the agenda, so I can probably recall.
Minutes from my car. Why is everything always in my car? Everything lives in my car.
Tuesday,
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, it's okay.
you caught up?
No, 8, hang, give me 1 second, none, okay, 9. Great. Yep.
So on the
Wait.
executive
Oh, that's the
committee,
executive committee.
will I normally be invited to come to that?
No, we just invited you
Okay.
because we had an agenda item
Okay,
that
that
you
I was
had
involved
been
with.
involved with.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't make it.
Okay, so we had an executive committee meeting on Tuesday, August 13th.
Well, there was no action. That was.
Yeah, we had,
We didn't do anything in public.
we had under old business, our standing agenda item, which is to review items that are to be on this meeting's agenda,
Which we did.
which we did. And under new business, we had both the 2019-2020 budget and the 2018-2019 annual report to the city of Petaluma. And neither one of those documents were ready for review, so there was no action there. And we adjourned to closed session and discussed personnel matters to include Patty Nuevo's position, who we learned that she has to move away and vacate her position as access supervisor, access supervisor for PCA. And since that happened, we have a posting for her position, and I guess I could talk, I should have reported that in the executive director's report.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just, I'm not used to being the interim executive director, so if we could go back just for a second in the executive director's report. Patty's position has been posted, and it's been posted to a couple of social media sites, and I believe, did it go to Craigslist, do you know? Do you know if it ever got to
Let me look.
Craigslist?
I will look right now as we speak.
I don't know, because I'm not a Craigslist person, so I couldn't check today, but I did check other areas where I know it was posted, which is Facebook and
Indeed.
Indeed. How did you know about that? Oh, because I
It's in the
told
email.
you? Oh,
There's an email.
okay, so I stumbled across the Indeed thing because I was in Dawn's inbox for his email, and there were some notifications that applicants had applied, so long story short, we have a total of 5 applicants at this point, and there is one person today that told me that it will be sending me their resume today. That's somebody who has familiarity with our studio through editing. And so we're gonna have 6 applicants. Hopefully tomorrow I can schedule interviews for Saturday and hopefully get somebody started by Monday, because Patty's last day is next Friday.
Oh, geez.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
2 of the applicants are past employees of the Santa Rosa Access Station.
Nice.
Yes, so they have
Experience.
experience,
Yeah.
and those 2 people have also worked with our Jeff Trier, who's
Oh,
our
sure.
IT guy, and Jeff had very positive things to say about both of them. So
Great.
we know we have 2 solid applicants, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna look at the
Further.
other 4,
Yeah,
okay?
of course.
All right,
Well, when I searched the organization name, it wasn't there.
I think you ended up telling him to put it under nonprofit?
I'm looking at your nonprofit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't see it on here. I
Okay.
can do it better.
I would think that I would see a paper trail in his inbox. Or
Yeah,
if he
there would
did.
be a receipt.
Yeah, there's nothing in his inbox. So.
Okay.
I'm wondering, at this point, do we put that in there? Do we,
Put on
I mean, we,
hold
yeah.
Well, we can, if we
I
have,
mean, because we have used Facebook and
pool.
we've used Indeed, so that's a somewhat of a wide net that we've cast.
Yeah.
We
I mean,
could
I
cast wider.
I feel like if we wanna, my opinion is if we wanna start out, if we have 5 viable candidates that are ready for interview, then why pay money to put it
I would
out
only-
there?
Yeah,
I would agree
we
with
have
that.
6 and I would only
6,
consider 4. 2 of them are.
I think that's plenty.
Okay, all right. I think we did our due diligence, okay.
Just as
That
a
being
question, I'm gonna totally interrupt and go off agenda, but was the budget emailed out to us at some point? Cause I can't find it. So
Yeah.
but not ever, or before
Not
the
ever.
last board meeting?
No, not ever before the last board
I-
meeting,
I
because
don't
Randy
think
was
so.
taking the lead on that.
But before the last board meeting, it was
Oh,
sent out.
before the last board
Yeah.
meeting?
I remember getting a copy of it handed to me, not an email.
It,
Yeah, 'cause I'm
it
trying to
was, but it was
And
sent like on either the Friday or the
Oh.
Monday before the Tuesday board
Natalie or
meeting.
Dawn. And we don't need to I'm trying to just find it so I can bring it up and make edits while we're talking about it and I can't
Well,
find it.
it's done,
Well-
the budget's done.
Oh, alright.
I had a surprise for you, that's on the agenda, but anyway,
Woo, I like surprises like
yeah.
that.
Yes, we can thank Nellie for that, so let's
She was really
Let's wait to get
amazing.
there.
Okay, cool. I
She's
won't
really
get
good.
ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
So glad.
Okay, so we're going back to, what did I do here? Oh, okay, that's the executive committee meeting, let me put that, here, let me get myself organized, let me put that back in the executive committee folder. Okay. All right, now I'm back on track. We are on the reports of committees, the finance committee did not formally meet. There was an informal meeting with Randy and Rhonda and Nellie
Mhm.
to work on the draft
The
budget that Dawn submitted last month, and
It didn't
we'll-
get completed.
yeah, and I'll give you the details on that when we get there. So thank
Gotcha.
Sorry,
you,
Randy, Ron, and, Randy,
Rhonda.
Rhonda, and,
Dawn.
Nellie.
and
Oh, Nellie.
Nellie.
Was Dawn there too?
No.
No, it was Nellie, yeah.
Nellie.
And that was, yeah, an informal meeting, so.
Oh,
Informal.
God.
Yeah, and there was also, I might add, that John Bertucci graciously agreed to meet before
We
the
met.
3 of you met to
Yeah.
give us an overview of how he would
Had been
develop
doing
his
years.
draft budget every year, which was very helpful. Thank you, John Bertucci.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Um,
John.
The nominating committee has
Did-
not met,
Did not meet, no, correct.
We
Not me.
didn't,
but the executive committee has kind of loosely talked about that in a non-quorum manner due to just everything that's happening, so. Policies and procedures, did we meet? We met
We did.
once. We did meet once, that's right.
We have
did
to have
meet-
met, because
Oh, and I
we're
didn't-
meeting all the
That's
time.
right, yeah, because I didn't bring that folder.
We talked
Um,
about the employee handbook,
Yeah.
is what we talked about, and just kind of try to hash
Yes.
out those changes, and that'll come before the board next month.
We reviewed the employee handbook and made recommendations for revisions, which are in the process of being done because we are looking at other handbooks and not trying to create the new wheel here and try to
Well done.
Yeah.
pick and choose what fits for us, so.
Mhm.
The outreach committee did meet and,
We did.
I'm not on that team.
well, Dawn sent some minutes
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
remember, an agenda and some minutes for an outreach committee meeting.
We did.
So
We
they
did.
met.
You did meet, do you recall what happened?
We talked about multiple things.
Yes.
We had recommended for the underwriter, the car donation, which is already in play. Request for donations from outside sources like the Kiwanis Club. I can't read my handwriting, I'm sorry. A couple other places like that. Oh, that's Elks Club, etc. I wrote etc.
Okay.
And I see website TV for each, but I don't have that, exactly what that was.
Say that again?
I have website and TV for each of those as the outreach. Like if the Elks Club has a,
Okay, so placing those
Placing
events on
something
the
on-
website and on the TV, probably you're talking about the bulletin board where when we don't have a show
it goes
on
up
channel
there.
28, it flashes through all
Yeah.
these, we call that our bulletin board, yes.
Gotcha.
So,
Bulletin board.
just to back up really quick, I'm sorry, I found a typo in the annual report and missed half of what you just said. So just backing up to the Elks Club, why are they getting featured on TV and?
Not featured, we're
Or-
going to request donations from them.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, so that is why they're, okay.
Yes, the featured to me didn't sound like us requesting donations from
Well,
them.
no,
But that's because I'm a little new with this.
no, and that's probably the wrong word. The reason I was asking is because my concern was setting a precedent that now we're gonna promote all
Oh.
nonprofit stuff. So that's the only reason I asked. But if there is gonna be some sort of direct ask of those,
It's more like a thank you, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, that's
thank you
what I'm
for showing
thinking, that's what
our-
I'm thinking
Yeah.
that it
Yeah.
is, that if they
Yeah.
give us money, then we put up on our
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
bulletin
you
board the
for
thank you,
donating.
yeah.
not
There you go.
preemptively.
And on our
Right,
website.
Got it,
exactly.
okay.
And thank you
Cool.
on our website also.
Got it. Well, that should be with any,
Yeah.
Anything, any donation that comes our way.
yeah,
Thank
cool. Thank you for the clarification. I promise to focus a little bit better.
Okay, so I think we lived through reports of committees just fine,
Woohoo.
so.
So,
Okay,
you
so,
need to take
Old
that back.
business, no.
Yeah, just ND&E.
under old business, we have under item 10A, the PCA members meeting and election, and I think I have that's kind of a carryover because it's something that we talk about every month until it actually happens, which is, the meeting is in October. I think it's worth saying that Dawn, and I don't know who else, created a event to take place in October, a picnic.
On the
You
5th,
have-
which I said could not happen.
Right, okay, so do we want, who was doing that? Who was organizing
Dawn
that?
was looking to secure a location at the park for a picnic on October 5th, which is a Saturday. And I responded saying that that's not in line with our election calendar, so it can't happen before, I'm in front of me, but it can't happen before like 5 or 6 days later, or somewhere in that range. And that likely it wouldn't be occurring on the weekend, because that's not usually how we do things, and it's not usually what works for people. And so that's the last I heard of anything. I highly doubt any action was taken past that, so it's gonna be kind of our decision to potentially pick a date range. Maybe we do, I mean, it might be a good idea to start brainstorming now a little bit quickly what a good date is, obviously not Tuesday, because I think that doesn't work for a lot of us. And a potential location, I mean, I'm fine with doing them at the studio. I think that that's really the easiest and most accessible for us.
Are you talking about the members meeting?
Yeah, well, yeah, after
Yeah.
the election, yeah. So we usually do them, well, last year we did at the studio, and I think that's, for me,
Right,
that's
and that's where
the easiest, I
it
think.
lands on the calendar right now is Tuesday the 8th
Yeah,
at the studio. So I
Okay.
think
we should probably not, can we not do it on Tuesday?
we already approved the calendar. Uh-oh.
It has to be on that day? Well, that's fine.
Is that second Tuesday your,
I'll just do my show
broadcast
then,
date?
I'll just do my show.
or you
We'll
could
be there.
record it and put it on automation?
Yeah, I'll just do my show.
Okay.
I'll make it work, doesn't matter to me.
Well, I've had that members meeting while I've been doing my show, and I've had the open door and had
Yeah,
members come
I'll
in
do
and
it,
talk.
I don't
You
mind.
wanna do that?
Yeah, if it falls,
Kind of-
But
kind of
we
a fun
need,
thing to
but we
do.
need to, if it doesn't fall, we need to talk to Al. I'll look right now. Okay, where are we?
So members meeting will be Tuesday 8th at the state, Tuesday the 8th of
Yeah.
October
Yeah, it's gonna be on the 8th of October,
at the station.
right.
1, now it's Al's week.
It's Al's night? Okay.
Um,
Well, that's fine, because the other thing that we've done is in the past, is we've asked Patrick, our landlord, I don't know if you guys have ever been to the upstairs suites, but they have, when you walk in those glass doors, they have a big open area with sofas. It's like a waiting room for all the medical therapist suites, and then there's a conference room that's off of that, and then kind of a little kitchen off of the conference room. And we have had the mingling area where the sitting area is, and then put food out into the conference room tables and use the kitchen for prep. So Patrick, because it's after hours and most of those offices are closed, we'd have to check. We could see if we can use that, or we just use the studio and Al gets to watch us through the window.
Which I don't think he has a major issue with.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
he's in the studio, but I'm gonna text him right now.
okay, we're gonna leave things as is then, okay? No action on 10A, we tabled B and C, so 10D is a discussion and possible action to approve the draft annual report. And I emailed this out probably an hour before the meeting, so I'm sure you guys didn't get a chance to see it, but Domenica has made it look very nice, it looks very professional looking. See, look what you did, and and I've read through it, and I think it's pretty good. Thank you, Domenica, for doing this, and it's pretty shiny. There's just a couple of things, like we have to take out Vice Chair Dennis Murphy and move that, right?
Well, that was my question though, is we're reporting on last fiscal year, was he the vice chair last fiscal year? So we
He
have-
was.
Chair last.
So we can't,
Right, so we have to look at this as we're telling the story of last year,
In
so,
history.
yeah,
we have to keep, that's why, yeah.
okay.
I mean, I
Right.
think it's fine on the homepage to keep the current board, but then, or maybe I mean, I think that's fine, because it looks like it's on letterhead, but I think within the report, we need to include the people that were on the board during that time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's important for Peggy, who's the city manager, Peggy Flynn, to read this, and then when she gets more familiar with us, knowing that we have new players, that.
Yeah.
The other thing here is, I don't know about the Final Cut Pro X classes. I don't know if anyone's teaching those. I think Jeff is doing one-on-one. I have to say that I have gotten private Final Cut classes from him, which he does on his own time when he wants. So I think it's okay to leave that in there. Do you guys wanna take a look at this, after the meeting, and, in the next day or so, get back to us if you have any edits? It would be.
I'm gonna have to, because I
Yeah.
was trying to look at it before, I saw
Right.
it as soon as you sent it out, but I'm not,
Okay,
I wasn't very clear. just
and in
'cause my
order
brain isn't
to
here.
meet the timeline for, the city, which is the end of this month, I would make the recommendation to, have this board allow Dominica and I to finalize it with your edits and submit it to the city before the end of the
Sure.
month?
It's fine with
I
me.
agree with that.
We have to have a motion for that.
I motion that you complete the paperwork as seen
Okay, so the
with
mo-
our corrections that we see.
Okay,
we
so
sent
I'm
to you.
hearing a motion that is the board allowing Domenica and Cindy to submit the final product to the city of Petaluma with your edits,
Yes,
okay?
Of the report.
Yeah.
of the report.
And do we want to keep the Final Cut Pro in there then?
Hmm?
Do we want to keep the Final Cut Pro?
Well, I know I've gotten classes from Jeff, so,
Alright. Yeah, I mean, if it's happening, I still know if it's happening.
and I did have to take camera classes, obviously. Look at the camera's working tonight, so I had
Yay.
camera classes.
And you had a card that,
I've had so many camera classes, but it's so far and few in between that I use the cameras that I forget how to use them every
Oh.
time. All right, so does everybody approve the motion? Who
I
seconded it?
seconded it.
Oh, okay, motion second, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, I think we're real close to submitting our report. Okay, the next item would be the
annual
annual
budget.
draft budget. Where's that pile? I'm gonna give it to you. Would you like to see it?
I'd love to, thank you.
So, sorry, going backwards, I'm just gonna do this all day because I'm looking at this. So the objectives and activities, is that a general attachment onto the annual report?
I'm sorry, the what?
The objectives and activities, I know it's something that we just created this year. Is that something that we wanna include in there?
That was on, I forget which page that was on.
Or is it, well, it says it's attached, is it on here? On the annual report, it says that that document's attached, was that added at some
Oh.
point? Somebody should have kept that up.
Well, that's interesting because here it says that we're submitting 2 items, and then where's those other attachments?
Well, I'll just remove it if it's inconsistent, that's what I was asking.
Page 6?
Oh, well, it's not even part of the operating budget, yeah, so sorry, that doesn't make sense, I'm gonna remove it. Cause it's under budget
Yes, it's
and
because
not-
both of those things, A and B, are on here, correct? Because we
Yes,
have,
but we don't need a C, cause it's.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
just answered my own question. Okay.
Okay, so everybody's looking at this budget. Okay, I think everybody understands how to read it. Judy, it's the same format as that we had last year. Does it look familiar to you?
somewhat. I don't know how clearly I looked at it last
Okay.
year, cause.
So now would be the time to ask any questions. Rhonda would probably be the one to best answer them because
Yeah, if you have questions, I will try and answer them. I have a little bit of
Well,
description.
silly questions probably, cause there's question marks on 738 and 739.
So those are payroll, and when we went in to meet with Nellie to get the numbers, we not reworked it, but we got the numbers in the right columns for the
Sure.
different years. And the payroll hadn't been budgeted yet. And I kept asking for payroll numbers, cause I didn't feel comfortable not knowing who was being paid what.
Sure.
So, so this is actually, after I left with Nellie and Randy in our meeting, this is exactly what we had at that point.
Okay.
And, I had tried to get information and hard numbers from Dawn, but they weren't provided.
Okay. Fair enough.
So what do you see as needing to be done to this, Rhonda?
Payroll still needs to happen. We had questions on holiday pay. And then capital expenses were on there that had $0 entered. And I know that Dawn had moved some money over to cover expenses. I'm not sure if we had a check come in since we'd met. 'Cause I didn't get any update from the time that I met with her, which was, I believe, 2 weeks ago now. I think that's when I met with Nellie. Do you know if any income came in since then?
I don't think so.
Don't think so, okay. Then.
Because somebody would have had to make the deposit in the bank, and that would have to be who's left on the signature card, and that would be myself, Domenica,
I believe I'm on that.
or Dawn, because I don't think Randy's actually on the card yet. That card hasn't been submitted because your signature's not on it, so
What? I thought I signed everything.
we have 2 banks.
I thought I signed it when I was in the studio for my show. But whatever.
Okay, anyway,
It doesn't
we're
matter
gonna
now.
we're gonna get that straightened out before the end of the month too.
Okay.
So I'm looking to make this as painless as possible and not consume all of our time here because we have other business. Would this board like to authorize myself and Rhonda to complete the budget? Oh, that's right, you're gone, and Randy's gone.
That's why we were really trying to work at getting.
Okay, so really, the only thing that we have left is what's highlighted in yellow, correct?
Exactly. There was a reason we did that,
What was the reason?
because those were the things that still needed to be
Didn't-
plugged in.
Unknown.
And I don't understand why they can't be plugged in,
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why all the payroll information, I mean, if it's what was going on last year, why isn't it the same thing that's going on this year?
From what I understand, raises happened, and from what I understand, there were some jobs that had changed, and I don't know if because somebody did different jobs that they got more money for doing those jobs, I'm not sure, which is why I didn't feel comfortable plugging in any numbers.
But if there was raises, it would be reflected in the actual, cause the actual would have exceeded last year's budget.
Well, that's last year's budget though. I don't know when the raises came in, but you're also planning for this year's raises, right? This 2020, isn't right? 2019, 2020 raises?
yeah, I mean, there usually is raises, but I don't know what the
We'd have to
formula
look
was that
historically.
they used, whether it's like, standard for most people is a 3% yearly, but I don't know what
Yeah.
formula they use.
From what I understand, that normally they were giving a 50-cent raise, and that when Don came in, I don't know how long he's been here, but
He gave Jeff $1 raise.
Yeah. That's
That's
what I
what I
understand.
understand too.
Yeah,
Um,
and I don't know how that fits into the budget for this coming year.
I mean, I feel like we're probably just gonna have to project and, what else to do, we're gonna have to make our best
Yes.
educated guess and stick it in there.
I mean, is the idea that he'd be getting another
I mean,
raise
this is
next
clear
year?
that it's
And then-
higher.
Or is that the unknown and
That's
that
the
he's
unknown.
got the
I
dollar
didn't think we
raise
did.
and then,
Yeah, that'd be a significant change if you did.
Can you and I
sure,
plug in
unless we
numbers?
kept it down to
Yeah.
I'm just gonna,
25 cents,
I'm just
50
gonna
cents,
do a simple, I'm just gonna throw my
something makes sense.
in there, I mean,
Because
make an
I-
educated
I-
estimate.
I think the city just wants to know what we're looking at and not go over budget.
Okay.
So I don't think we'll go over budget and payroll based on the fact that we have no executive director that we're paying right now. That's gonna make a difference in our end result at the end of the fiscal year. And we can talk more about that in closed session, how that's gonna look.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I think just,
Okay.
I think all these
I-
things are gonna be fine, yeah.
I think,
Okay.
and that's probably yellow, holiday pay is probably yellow because it's based on the above, so. Would the board feel comfortable authorizing Domenica and I to finalize the budget and send it out to you in the next few days, and you can recommend any modifications,
Yeah.
and then we submit it by the end of the month.
I'm
Are
fine
you
with that.
comfortable with that?
Yeah, and then we have a soft copy of this somewhere?
I have
yeah.
soft copies and Nellie should have the hard copy.
I think I emailed.
Is that what you?
Yes, I just emailed the
Okay.
soft copies to you while I was sitting here.
Oh, got it,
in
okay.
Director's report. Okay,
And would Randy be able to, do you think Randy would be able to help you also?
Randy is gonna be hospitalized for the next 5 days.
Okay,
And he's on complete bed rest, so I wouldn't even think about going
gotcha.
to the city and,
No,
yeah,
Hi, can you look at this and figure it out while you're,
no,
yeah, it would not be cool.
yeah.
okay.
I could FaceTime him. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Randy, can you see these numbers here, see the yellow part?
Yeah, see this, Randy?
We'll send him a card.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, by the way,
due to the
thank you.
circumstances, if you guys would authorize Domenica and I to do that, that would be great. So does anybody wanna make that motion?
No, I felt like I tried last time and you just,
Okay.
is this what
I'll
you're
try it.
trying to say?
Okay, this is, all right, I'm gonna teach you a shortcut.
Teach
Would
me.
anybody entertain a motion to
I need to write a script down.
authorize board member Domenica and myself to complete the budget to send to you for edits so that we can submit it by the end of the month? And all you have to say is so moved.
So moved.
Oh, I second.
There you go, now you know a new trick.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, anyone opposed? Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. I know we're gonna be okay. I know we're gonna be okay, all right. So we are done with old business. Under new business, items 11, A, B, and C, we tabled, so we're on D, to renegotiate the MOU with the city. Oh my gosh, did I remember to bring that? You know, I think all we have to do, because the MOU with the city is negotiated by the chair of the board and the Petaluma city manager. So Peggy and I are gonna be the ones to sit down and renegotiate it. We just are coming up on our 5 years, which we have successfully renewed. I wanna say this will be like the third or fourth time.
Okay.
It's gotta be the fourth time, because I've been on the board for 20 years. So, I would like to know, if you will authorize me to negotiate the MOU with the city. I will send you out an email, soft copy of the MOU so that you can see what it looks like.
Can you tell me what the MOU is?
Oh, MOU is a memo of understanding,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's
It's
okay.
like a contract,
Gotcha.
yeah, but the city does what they call MOUs. I'm sorry, I'm
No, that's okay. I'm glad I asked.
acronym queen. So the memo of understanding needs to be negotiated, and I would like for someone to make the motion to approve my negotiating the MOU with the city. And I will certainly send out a soft copy to you so that you can look at it, and if you see anything out there that jumps out that you want in those negotiations, I would be happy to bring those to Peggy, the city.
So you're talking about authorization to negotiate
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
sign
to
and
give
agree
me,
to the.
to give
yeah.
me authorization to, I would bring that MOU back to you. I would share it with you before I would
Got
actually
it.
sign it.
Got it.
But I need authorization to actually sit down and negotiate with Peggy.
I will make a motion to approve Cindy to sit down and negotiate with the city. Their fine new city manager.
So moved.
No, second.
Second.
She moved.
I
You
moved.
moved. I'm gonna get
So you
this.
can second.
Yeah, if
Second.
you don't want to repeat somebody's motion, you say so moved.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Okay, so, anyone opposed? You have a first and a second? Okay,
I agree.
all right, I will do that. Okay, a discussion, possible action to appoint an elections inspector. For the 4th or 5th year in a row, Jude Mion has agreed to be our elections inspector for our upcoming board election. And I would nominate Jude to be our elections inspector once again for this 2019 year. Does anybody have any other nominations for inspector?
No. I thought we had done that at the last meeting, actually.
No, we talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, seeing no other nominations, all those in favor of Jude for inspector?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. All right. So we have Jude.
We have a syllable missing in my last name. That's fine.
What's that?
There's a syllable missing in my last name.
Yes.
Where?
It's so many letters, it's fine.
Oh, there is. You should see me. I'm just like madly trying to get these things together. Typo. Sorry. I'm gonna write typo.
What's
All
Jude's
right.
last name? Sorry.
Moin.
Sorry?
M-O-I-N. Jude's last name.
Who? M-I-O-N.
M-I-O-N.
I-O-N.
Okay, our last item under new business is to endorse the candidate for the PCA election. So we have one board seat that is elected.
Yeah. This one, yeah.
We have one elected board seat that is expiring, and that would be Domenica's. And everything else is open as appointed, so we can make appointments at our September meeting. Or our September meeting? No, our October meeting.
October.
Well, we can always appoint any month that we want, but we have to reappoint appointeds in October who are currently appointeds on this board. That would be Judy. Rhonda, you filled an elected seat. Okay, so as far as elected seats, I would recommend that we endorse Domenica for her expiring board seat.
I agree.
So I will make the motion to, I'll make the motion to endorse Domenica for the expiring board seat.
I second.
And Judy, you seconded it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anyone opposed? All right, that's done.
Don't I have to accept the nomination? I'm just kidding.
You already said you would.
I know. On the record, I accepted the
I
nomination.
know. I guess, I wonder if you do have to accept the nomination.
I would say
Actually,
we
it's a
need it.
recommendation, so,
I already accepted the nomination?
Yeah. I don't know, did you?
Right, yeah, I
Did you
did.
accept the
Yes,
nomination?
I accepted the nomination.
She accepts the nomination, all right.
Done.
All right, so that means we are ready to adjourn to the closed session. I need a motion to adjourn.
I shall make the motion to adjourn at this time.
I'll second.
6:55.
All those in favor?
All in favor.
Aye?
Aye.
Okay. We are adjourned to closed session.